What's up team, it's Wilson, also known as Designed by Will. In today's episode, we're making a technical for a jacket. Now, this is going to be a full process, start to finish of the technical. I'm not even going to touch the editing on this one because I feel like this is very important. And I'll get a lot of comments still of people saying they don't know how to make technicals. Just follow this video. So without further ado, let's log in. Now, I've already started because I'm using this shell from this other jacket. Sizing is pretty similar for what we're wanting for this jacket. I went ahead and adjusted it a bit so it fits a little bit more like a classic jacket. But yeah, I'm gonna walk you guys through how I make this technical. This one's gonna be pretty detailed because it is a pretty detailed piece. There's a lot of moving parts. And for this technical, I think you guys will learn a lot. So we're gonna start with the first page, and this is where you kind of put in your brand information up here. So the brand here is Gnoz 2024. Season is 4, year is 2024 to 2025. The jacket name, I think it's a work jacket. Yeah, we'll keep it work jacket. Main fabric is going to be 100% cotton on the outside. Uniform jacket, that's the title. For the weight, we're gonna go with 12 Oz because I want it to be almost like denim, very heavy jacket. And we want it to be in that luxury sort of look. For the inside, we're gonna keep the lining the same as the last project. So satin, 100% cotton, not satin, sorry. Lining, 100% cotton. And I'm gonna name this one NYC Customs jacket. Now, when it comes to the sizing, the more information, the better, but generally you don't want any color on your size chart. You just want it to be the blank garment. I think it just looks a bit more professional. And then you can start labeling out your certain sections. So we got length, chest, sleeves, cuff width, and shoulders. So length is going to be from your tallest point at the top to your lowest point at the bottom. And then we're going to do our chest. And then we got our sleeves. And then we have our cuffs. And then we got our shoulder. I'm gonna go ahead and just drag this down here. And I just switch the color. Just make this smaller. And then we'll add it to the corresponding line work that we did. Technicals, everybody wants them, everybody needs them. I wanted to keep this technical in order to start your clothing brand. It's day 5 of designing every single day and posting a long form video on my YouTube channel. Today's episode, we went ahead and designed a technical for a complicated jacket. If you want to make a technical for a t-shirt, you can follow these steps. Even a technical for a sweatsuit, you can follow these steps. Make sure to comment 30 days and I'll send the link directly to your DMs. Make sure you click my YouTube channel because it's going to be the first video you see for the next 24 hours. Pages where you want to label all your little intricate parts. So here we got our buttons. That is going to be the way you detach the hood. And looking at the reference garment, I'm going to remove this one. Pop this here. So yeah, looking at the reference garment, you can see what I mean here. And it's really good having a garment that's already produced as a reference, because the manufacturer kind of understands that more than any sort of graphic drawing you're ever going to do. So for the corresponding area, I'm going to grab an ellipse tool and just fill that with red. And then I'm going to put that on here. And I'm going to label it. I don't know what let me ask ChatGPT. Shirt. What's the buttons called on the shirt? What's going? Standard buttons. Let's go standard buttons. And I like using this font in my technical because it just looks very nice. It's called Beebs and yours. Beebas. Standard button. Standard buttons for removable hood. And I'm just going to label it with a number as well. It's funny because you kind of have to do this twice because you do it in your call out section. But in the details where you add images so your manufacturer can understand what you're talking about. That's the only main detail we're going to put on for here. But now we want to focus on, let's duplicate this. We want to focus on these cuffs. Make a clipping mask. We're going to make it larger. And for this one, we're going to do metal snap buttons as the adjustable. Metal snap buttons. To adjust cuffs. And then we're going to go ahead and introduce this one as well. From the last project, because it has the detail for sizing. And then this one has the visuals for the back and the sizing. So that's going to be for the back detail page. And because these artboards are already, I guess, in order, I don't want to go ahead and move them around. So instead of that, I'm just going to get the contents onto the artboard and just move it that way. So the front has a lot more detail. Let's go ahead and grab a rectangle so we can center off the middle and make it much larger. This is going to be our let's call out keyring. And we had a reference for this. It was this project right here. They had a keyring right here. That's where our reference came from. And now for the pockets. Snap pocket. With pocket on top. Let's go ahead and reference that. And again, we have a reference directly from the actual garment. So let's go ahead and use a clipping mask, draw a rectangle, make clipping mask. I cannot stress this enough. The more production references you have, the better your actual garment's gonna look. And then from here, we're gonna do snap buttons as well. And then we're gonna go ahead and show the removable hood. Actually, let's take it off. Let's go. Removable hood. And let's make sure we highlight just this section so that they don't go ahead and take off the whole thing. Make a clipping mask. There we go. And now let's go ahead and start with our call out page. But I forgot I made an adjustment to this logo right here. It says 1998 instead of 2004 now. It's one of the revision notes. If you want to learn how to make these sort of logos, it's literally the video just below this one. Hello? I didn't have to delete that. Gonna place it here. Transform, reflect. If you want to make your design placement look a bit more realistic, just go ahead and make a clipping mask of your actual group of logos, like so. Make a clipping mask. Bam. Bam, sorry. You have a more realistic mock-up. But I think this way is a bit better, especially when you're doing technical, so your manufacturer can see your full logo. Let's go. And now let's start adding our call outs. So we got embroidered logos. I'm gonna call out here, here, here. All these are gonna be embroidered. And then we're gonna go keychain. Keychain. Just put it down. Metal snap buttons. You can always call out the pockets if you want to, but I'm not going to do it here. And I'm going to put branded patch. Just go ahead and copy over our element. This, I always forget to change this. And after I send over the technical, and then the client comes back saying, hey, this is not the product. And I'm like, oh, damn, I need to go change it. And oh my gosh, changing a technical is such a headache, by the way. So do it once. There's no real call outs for the back. So I'm just going to go ahead and just duplicate the front. Just bam. Let's go ahead and get this one. Let's go 3. Buttons to remove hood. This one's gonna be plastic. Everything else we're gonna remove. There's no washing. There's no distressing. Let's remove this one. And move this one up. Change this to number 2. Bam. Lastly, for this one, we're just going to put color. And let's add in our color swatch. Let's go Pantone P, and let's grab the color code. It's Pantone P2 take 3. And then for the secondary color, Pantone P12 take 13. 0.75. Boom, 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 boom. And let's recolor this one. Lucky this is a smart object, so not a smart object, sorry, a live paint. So it's pretty easy to color live paint. I want to make a black jacket. Dun, 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 dun. I think I'm gonna do red for the decel. Actually, no, let's make this all black. I think that's gonna look sick. All black and gray. Let's change this. And let's go ahead and change the color of this. This is not a smart object, so. Let's go ahead and duplicate this as well. And let's add in our colors. 179, take 14. And this one, we're just gonna label it as black. The reason why I'm using a gray though is because you can still see the line work. Lastly, it's logo sizing. Now, there's about a couple of ways you can do this. You can do it in person using a measuring tool and then measuring it that way. Or you could go ahead and use Illustrator's dimension tool. So if I scale this up, it's not going to be too proportioned. So if I scale this up, and let's look at the chest for size small, 22 inches chest. Let's go ahead and grab that dimension tool and make sure it's set to inches, same as our size chart. And let's scale 22 inches. There we go. Let's scale this all the way up. So 22-inch chest, I can go ahead and grab these logos. Without resizing them, I'm just turning them around. So it's gonna be a lot easier for me to draw boxes around them. Let's go ahead and ungroup this. Can I make this 0? And this one too, let's put it on 0 for the angle. This one too, let's put it 0 for the angle. If I draw these little boxes around them, I can go ahead and use the dimension tool to get the exact width. So it's gonna be 5 inches across. And that gives you a better representation than just guessing straight off bat. But again, always double check with a measuring tape in real life. I have this jacket right next to me actually. 5 inches does work perfectly. I just confirmed. And then for this one, put the fill on 0. Now this only works primarily if your technical is drawn proportionally to scale. So if you have a very like stylized technical or stylized mock-up, this is not really gonna work too well for you. Now, if you want to do an extra step, after you've got all your sizings complete, you could go ahead and grab all the color codes for the logo. I'm not going to do that because these are all going to be embroidered, not printed. So it doesn't really matter what codes I put on. I've realized that they just do it to whatever, what's it called? They just do it to whatever yarn they have in stock, which is kind of crazy. Unless you want to dye your own custom yarn, which becomes very, very expensive, by the way. Wouldn't recommend. Gonna grab our little patch. I think I already have this sized in one of the other technicals. I think I have it as 1.8, I believe, or 1.3. Definitely not 1.6. Let's go ahead and open that technical just to make sure. Where is the files? In here. Polo. This one right here. Set, have it as 1.3. Let's go ahead and copy this over. Just so we have some consistency. Lastly, we can go ahead and delete this because we don't need anything sized anymore. And we can go ahead and drop these sized logos on our artboard. Now I'm going to go ahead and just color the artboard myself. Let's go to put it to gray, arrange, send this one to the back. It's in the wrong layer. I'm going to put on the blue layer. Perfect. Lastly, all we have to do now is get our designs ready for print. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab all my graphics here and bring them back up and make them super large. But first, let's expand all our shapes so nothing gets distorted. Group it. This one's expanded, this one's expanded, expanded. We don't want any line work. What is going on? Oh. Bang. Okay. Shouldn't have any issues now. There we go. And then lastly, have all your designs grouped. And then we're gonna add some artboards to all our lining. Lastly, we're gonna select all our designs. Go here to asset export. If it's not here, go to Windows and then find it. It's gonna be right here. And then we're gonna click this little button. Once everything is grouped, make sure everything is grouped, and then export all your assets. And I have mine as PPI PNG 300, as a PDF, and as a SVJ. So manufacturer has all the necessary files and formats. They don't need to contact me again. So yeah. If you don't know how to do this, go ahead and add a scale. Add your PNG, change this, and then add your PNG, whatever. Oh. See what I mean? Don't be touching stuff. So yeah, PNG, PDF, SVJ, and you change it here. Whatever you want, you can put it for web, JPEG, whatever you want. Select everything, add it for print. And now it's gonna say different numbers because my dumb self unselected it all, and then press Command Z to go backwards. 4, 5, 6. Lastly, select everything, go to export, find where you want to export, add your new folder. Let's put chat. This is for the export for only the designs. Go print and design, create folder, choose your export all your graphics. And then you want to basically go to file, save as. Again, find your folder. And then wait, let's come out of this first and let's zoom in. So go file, save as, find your save location, and then name your project. So Canals, NYC, Customs Jacket. Save as an Illustrator file, press OK, and then go file, save as, and then save this one as a Adobe PDF file, save as. PDF file just allows anybody to view it without Illustrator. And yeah, you're done. That's basically how you make it technical for your projects. Now, if we go and find that file, it's going to be right here. We can open the PDF, and now you have a complete technical for production. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'll see you guys same time tomorrow.